Hey everybody, this is Jason back for another J-Man Tales. I have a story from yesterday that is honestly really bizarre to me after I thought about it for a little bit longer. So I'm gonna tell it to you guys today. So the story begins when I decide that I will go walk to my friend's work to visit them on their last day of working there. So that's what I'm doing. That is the first thing I do. I'm visiting Frances at her hoagie shop on her last day yesterday, so she doesn't work there anymore, so this probably won't ever happen again because of that. Down that factor is completely deleted. So this won't ever happen again, thankfully. So I go over there, I'm about to cross the street to get over there, and I noticed that she's actually already out of work across the street an hour early. So I walk up to her and I start talking to her and being like, hey, you got out early, I didn't get to visit you. And she's like, yeah. I don't know how to do an impression of that, so I'll just do my normal voice. So we decided that we're gonna go hang out, and the first thing we're gonna do is just walk to her house so she can change out of her work clothes. We get to her house, and I see her little brother there. I ended up watching him eat a hamburger for like 20 minutes, so that was interesting, I guess. Don't really know what else to say. Yeah. Anyway, she changes, and we leave to go to 7-Eleven. We take the dark alleyway to get there, and that was pretty cool. At 7-Eleven, I get a... What did I get? I got a Sorbet. It was a vitamin watermelon flavored Sorbet, and that was pretty cool. There's this one Slurpee I had at a Speedway. It was literally like game fuel, so it was like a whole energy drink in a Slurpee form. And it was like huge. It was so dangerous. I'm probably gonna get it today actually because of how dangerous it is. But that's besides the point. We leave 7-Eleven and we walk to my house. We decide that we want to go look at the cool Halloween lights on this one street that always has cool Halloween lights. So we drive over there and look at some cool lights. And then after that, we're like, what do we do now? So we decide that I decide that I wanted to get Derek, our good friend Derek, some McDonald's, because he is a good man. I feel like he deserves some McDonald's every now and again. So we drive over to the Southside McDonald's where Derek lives, and after I get into the driveway, I'm like, wait a minute, what if Derek's not even awake? So I'm like frantically checking like any way I could possibly check to see if Derek was online recently, because he's usually on his phone a lot, and he responds to mostly anything. What did I do? I messaged a few memes in Brian's server, and he didn't respond to that. And then I added him on another server and was like, hey, are we still playing later tonight? And then Dylan responds, but he literally says Derek's missing. So at that point, I kind of lose hope in Derek, and throughout me frantically checking to see if he's online or not. I noticed Brian went online at some point, so I tell Frances, okay, we'll go to Brian's house and deliver this to him. But so we leave the McDonald's with the grub. I think at this point, McDonald's screwed up our order, by the way. I ordered a meal. So that would come with nuggets, fries, and a drink, and I ordered a small fry on top of that. But they gave us like a small meal, and that was a little annoying because that means Frances essentially ate this meal's fries without there being fries for whoever we delivered this to. Anyway, so yeah, McDonald's messed up. GG's. We go to Brian's house. I'm messaging Brian, being like, you goofy boy, and stuff like that, and I'm waiting for a response. Me and Frances go drop the food off on his front porch, and I take a picture of her leaving the food there because it's funny like that, and then we can send it to him later, and he'll be like, oh wow, these assholes left McDonald's for me, and then he'll go outside and collect his food. So yeah, we go. Oh yeah, we dropped the food off first, and then we go back to the car, and we realize we forgot to drink. So I'm like, oh crap! And I make Frances go run to his porch again to drop the drink off. She comes back, and then Derek finally wakes up. He messages in the chat that he is awoken and that he is ready to do things. So I'm like, okay, what do we do now? So me and Francis collectively decide to just take the food away from Brian, which is pretty funny, honestly, if you really think about it. So we take the food from Brian and go over to Derek's house again. It started to rain, like, right after she took the food away from Brian's house, which is honestly perfect timing. We take the... What do we do? We go to Derek's house. I had to, like, remember, like, which house is Derek's, because it's, like, the middle of the night. And usually whenever I go to Derek's house, he's outside waiting for me to pick him up. But, like, not this time, of course, because he doesn't even know about this. So, drop the food off. We drop the food off at Derek's house. I take the picture of Francis leaving her the food. And I have Francis send Derek the message because I think it would be funny if she did instead of me. And then, Derek's like, wow. Oh yeah, by the way, Derek doesn't know that this person messaging him is Francis, by the way. He just thinks it's, like, a picture of Francis. So, yeah, he literally, like, says something like, wow, thank you, I'm so grateful for this. And then, it's pretty funny, because I'm kind of just telling Francis what to say at this point. But, yeah. I drop Francis off then and go back to my house, and I join Derek and Dylan in a Discord call with them. I tried playing it off that, like, I don't know, like, what's going on, but obviously Derek knows that I was involved in this, just because, like, who else would do this? So, Derek decides that he wants to show his appreciation to me. So he sends me a picture of a schlong. He reveals later to me that it's not actually his, and I'm like, come on, Derek, you can't go to a full mile, seriously? You send the cock, but you don't send the, like, the full, you don't even send your cock, Derek. Like, I'm honestly very ashamed in you. Yeah. Like, really, Derek? So I'm just, like, this morning I was at work, and I was, like, baffled by this. Like how does my day go from... start of the episode, Jason goes to visit a friend at their work. End of episode, Jason receives a freaking, like, dick pic. Like, how does that happen? And I'm, like, baffled by that sequence of events that it took to, like, get to that situation. So, like, wow, that's really funny. Oh, also, I took a picture of the image that Derek sent me, and I sent it to the group chat, and then Charlie immediately starts freaking out, and I thought it was, like, really funny. So, yeah, I wanted to add that little note in there as well. So, yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.